Good morning. It's Monday, January 13th, and that means two things. Hey, I hope you're still engaged and enthusiastic about what Nail does. Visit nail.org or get in touch with us if you aren't, or if you are. Like, whatever you feel, get in touch with us. We will be happy to hear what you have to say. It's also time for the lighting industry news brief brought to you by Keystone Tech and the direct drive emergency tube. This is a Type B T8 tube that is fully compliant with UL 925, which means that it is hard to remove by accident. It is ready to go no matter the emergency circumstance, and it maintains Keystone Tech's 5-color selectability switch. That's right. You can install this and it'll look the exact same as any other tube in the system until something goes wrong, and then it just stays on. And that is damn great. It's damn skippy, especially because you don't have to stock a bunch of different products to make that happen. Visit KeystoneTech.com or the link in the description if you please. But let's get into the news. Cusco has bought Insight Lighting. No details on price for the architectural brand. We have a new name for the parent company that will manage Progress Lighting and Kickler Lighting. They'll be operating as Coleto brands going forward. The DMF has extended their design awards deadline. You now have until the 10th of February. The U.S. DOE has announced new funding opportunities for research and development, specifically around optics, cybersecurity, or building tech. You can apply for that. We have Q1 losses at SemiLEDs. Revenues were at $1.3 million, which is to say margins were at negative 52%. Acuity in Q1 beat their earnings estimates, showing $951 million in revenue. We have yet more share buybacks at Luceco, with insiders buying hundreds of thousands in stock. That happened fairly recently. We also see share buybacks at Zumtobel, with shares going back to the board between December 30th and Jan 3rd. Dock workers at East and Gulf Coast ports did avert a strike. They did settle on a deal tentatively, so those ports will be going fine forward. Pesco has bought Wisconsin plastics. That's the future there, buddy. Both of these companies supply extruded plastics and for lighting and other applications. No details on price or personnel. Constellation has signed a new contract with the U.S. General Services Administration. This is a $10 billion utility deal that includes nuclear power and other green energy options at federally owned facilities, but it does mean more lighting retrofits in government facilities. Brazil is coming to regret ending daylight saving times because energy issues are forcing them to reconsider those changes. Thorn Lighting has been recognized for their sustainability. Specifically, they have a new plant in County Durham in the UK. They have secured a Sustainable Manufacturing Award from the Manufacturer MX Awards in 2024. FSA will be repping Interlux in Tennessee, and we have Contact FD to rep Weidmuller in Quebec. In legal briefs, the NAHB and 15 state attorneys general will be suing the HUD and the USDA, which is to say the National Association of Home Builders. 15 state attorneys general will be suing the Housing and Urban Development Office and the U.S. Department of Agriculture over efficiency minimums for new homes. Yeah, again, this is a debate over who owes what, when, and how, and whether that's unfair. And maybe this lawsuit changes that. I don't know. The National Association of Electrical Distributors has an eye on those LA wildfires because they're planning on holding their Western Region Conference on the 15th of January in California, and they will cancel that if things are real bad. They'll cancel that, but until then, they're not gonna cancel. That's how they're going. Bella Tardy has launched Learners Live, which is a new training platform that will expand over the course of 2025. Recolight has announced a new webinar and workshop for specifically related to LCAs. In IoT news, Acuity has bought QSC. This is a $1.2 billion acquisition for cloud audio, video, and controls. We have the IoT Breakthrough Awards naming their 9th annual IoT Breakthrough Awards program winners. This is a market research firm recognizing companies and products across 13 categories. The Integrated Home Competition is seeking innovative and efficient projects. The CEE is seeking submissions right now. TDK has debuted a new long-range ultrasonic sensor. It has a lot of applications, but it's ready for mass production, and that could be in smart controls and also legacy controls. Waves and Signify have signed a communication pact with the US DoD, which will create a new connectivity and compatibility standard for Wi-Fi. Avi Moore was on the Lighting Controls podcast to talk about DALI, and last week was CES 2025, which means we got to talk about just some consumer stuff that connects to the internet and maybe has lights in it. The things I thought were interesting were JBL's new Bluetooth alarm clock that also helps you sleep, TP-Link expanding their smart home offerings, Philips Hue offering AI for some reason, a new LG smart bulb that can monitor your your houseplants, the health of your houseplants. LiFX has a lamp, an actual lamp that you can buy now. Savant is adding outdoor lighting and smart shades. Hyundai has debuted a fully holographic windshield for their cars, like in Zeta Gundam. And Razer launched a RGB lighting ready monitor stand, which I assumed they already made, but now you can have it. Fagerhult is adding AI for their road lighting, specifically a new model that will let them precisely lay out where posts should be in lighting plans. And Southwire has invested in an AI firm. It's called Industrial, and they use AI to manage energy and industrial efficiency. In the R&D side, light can go back in time, kinda. What a university physics team has done is they've created a metamaterial mirror that allows reflections that are a few nanoseconds in the past. This is some high-end physics stuff, but it's lighting related and it's cool. Less cool is the fact that high-vis clothing might not actually be safe anymore. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety has found that reflective gear, like jackets, vests, is actually baffling the software that helps you avoid crashes in your new car. It's just the brightness is messing with it, and that's not great. We've also got a new technology that combines infrared lighting and microwave sensors to detect salt in nuclear waste melters, which means you don't have to have visible lights on to assess your melters, which is safer. Biolasers can spot cancer cells. Specifically, this is an organic lighting tech that can recognize the shape of cancer cells with 99% accuracy. And the US FDA is recommending a change to requirements to infrared medical sensors, specifically pulse oximeters, because it turns out those didn't work on a lot of skin types. You might remember that from 2020. On the dark side of things, the AES Andes project is threatening light levels at the Chilean ESO observatory system. This is one of the darkest places on Earth, one of the best observatories on Earth, and it's not great. It's not great that the lighting is going to change around there. We have a comparative study of members of residents of Switzerland and residents of Malaysia that shows that light exposure rates, especially at night, is in fact cultural. We have the Central South University of Forestry and Technology in China developing a transparent bamboo photonic that does improve blue light filtration. Is it a lampshade? Yes. Is it a very good lampshade? Yes. Also, bamboo's cool. Circadian rhythm has been linked with the health of the intestinal microbiome in fruit flies. Light pollution is giving fish anxiety, which is upsetting my anxiety as a human. Sleep deprivation has been linked with the thickness of the human cornea. Plan B in Europe has launched a new newsletter. Three Peak Films has won a Davy Award for their Beaver County Dark Sky promo videos. DSI recognized Franklin Mountain Energy's work in Lee County, New Mexico, for their lighting retrofits. They pull oil out of the ground, but normally doing that's very bright. If you've ever been to Texas, it's not great. DSI has recognized Gower's natural landscape in Wales. Allen, Texas City Council has voted on pizzeria lighting. Okanagan, Washington has voted in favor of a new zoning code that protects darkness. Lake Elmo, Minnesota has recruited a light pollution specialist for their parks. Dame Dr. Maggie Anderin Pocock will be kicking off North York Merv's Dark Sky Festival. Sarasota, Manatee, Florida has insisted on darkness protections in new developments, and new streetlight plans in North Yorkshire will be respecting darkness. In horticultural news, Costco and Arrow Farms are celebrating 1 year of partnership, and edible garden sales were up 45% this quarter. In recommended reading, these links are all on nailed.org. All these links are on nailed.org, but I recommend reading these ones. We have how to attract young people to lighting. We have smarter, greener lighting coming. We have LoRaWAN in 2025. We have shunted versus non-shunted sockets. We have Carrie Meadows talking about closing down Elite LEDs magazine. We have Layering Light, a how-to guide, and a brief history of neon lighting in Soviet-era Warsaw. In local news, copper thieves in St. Paul, Minnesota have cost the city $300,000. We have new energy incentives in Austin, Texas. We have the Louisiana Attorney General planning a full review of New Orleans security related, including lighting, following previous terrorist attacks. We have Flagstaff, Arizona, relighting railroad crossings. A broken lighting fixture at a Knoxville, Tennessee Walmart did fatally electrocute a dog. Oswego, New York is going LED on streets. Alco is showing off a new showroom in Dallas. Brown County, Minnesota has approved a new highway lighting project. Fort Smith in Oklahoma is adding AI to their security systems for schools. That includes lighting management. We have Charlotte, North Carolina debating LED lighting on streets. We have Victoria, Texas debating LED lighting in parks. We have a new interactive light wall at a library in Carmel, Indiana, and the ISU, that's the Indiana State U, raising funds for track upgrades. That includes lighting. Internationally, Bucharest will be switching to LED on their street lighting. Argentina is privatizing 9,000 kilometers of roads, including lighting management. And Morocco is setting new energy goals. In People news, Kevin Frary is joining the FLB as the director of their Seattle office. Tom Hardy is now the president and CEO at Hapco Pole. Patrick Knight is now the president at IDEA. Luis Bueno has been hired as a senior sales staff member at Warshower. Chuck Cartmill has announced that he will retire from LED roadway lighting. Melissa Kidd will also retire as SVP of sales at Atcor. And we have 2 new promotions at Elect Tech. We have 20 tricks for ambience for lighting. We have how to make a clock that polarizes and how to turn a light bright into a sci-fi prop. And lastly, the Kelly family of Lowville, New York has won a tractor lighting contest. Also, tractor lighting contests are just a thing, I guess. Anyway, I've been Scott Wachter. I want to thank you for your time, your attention. Until next week, enjoy yourself, enjoy the music. See ya.